Lauren, you are such an important part of this team, and I want you to share with our viewers what has your journey been like coming into real estate. What do you think people should know about you?
Well, I have had my license now going on almost 4 years, 3.5 years. It's all kind of a blur. But I have been in real estate for, a little over 10 years, 11 years going on to it. I came out of high school and I was trying to figure out what I was going to do, what I wanted to be, where I wanted to go. And I landed an interview with Tycore Title. And I didn't even know what escrow and title was. I had no idea. They were just hiring for a receptionist job. And I got it. And my mom has been in lending now for over 20 years. And so I kind of always knew about real estate. But yeah, got the interview, got the job. And then I was there for 7 years. And I was a receptionist and then grew into an assistant and then grew into a ghost closer. So I assist an escrow officer for a long time there and learned the in and outs of title, and title insurance is so very important and they play such a crucial part in a real estate transaction. I think it's so important.
That background is amazing to have as an agent.
And you don't really realize it until you're in it, of like, wow, this is really important because you want to make sure any house you're buying is free and clear of any liens or judgments or anything like that. So it was really awesome. And it also helped me have connections like throughout real estate. And then after I had my oldest, I kind of always in the back of my mind knew that I wanted to work more one-on-one with clients. I'm a very people person. And so I knew I wanted to go that direction, but I wasn't sure if that was lending like my mom or getting my real estate license. And so I went and worked with Mario Lopez at Wells Fargo, followed my mom in her footsteps. And it was amazing. I worked for him for 2 years and it really pushed me. It pushed me out of my comfort zone. I did a lot of cold calling for him. And it truly helped me get to where I am today. And then that brings me to, I had my second boy, and there was a transition and change of companies that Mario was going with, and I decided to make a change and get my real estate license. And that's when I landed in Casa with you, and it's been amazing ever since. And I've been so thankful for your mentorship because it's so important. There's so many agents and there's so many directions you can go. And I told myself I'll take my time because it was a really big decision for me. I am not a risk taker. It takes me a lot to change. And so, it was something that I researched for a long time, and that's where I am today. Yeah. And I'm so thankful for it. Yes.
Well, I remember when you asked to meet for coffee.
Yeah.
Just to ask questions about what is it like to be an agent and things like that. And I didn't know you well at that time, but I knew of you and that you were professional, and I loved your drive. And that's what stood out to me of you wanted to learn. You had just this strong curiosity of wanting to learn, and that is just how you are. You always want to learn more about something. And your drive to succeed, that I could tell from how you were talking about how you wanted to have a goal and that you would meet it. You were the only other person that I'd ever talked to that it resonated with how I talked to myself about my goal. And I know that that is what it takes. It takes that high level of self-determination because it's a very hard industry.
Yeah. Especially with little kids. I mean, with little kids and lots of moving parts. I mean, I feel like there's an idea of real estate that people come into it that I hear all the time of like flexibility, which in some ways, yes, but the first 2 years is like, it is hard with two little kids. And so for anyone who is thinking of getting their license, I would highly recommend researching agencies, brokerages, what they do, what's their volume, and then also get on a team and get on a team who also invests in Tom Ferry. I think that's also very important. I think that starting out, having a mentor who performs and sells in a market, there's no value. Like, it's just so amazing. And I truly, my success, I couldn't do it without you. So
you're amazing. Yeah. Well, what do you think, what would you have done if you weren't in real estate? Like, going back to being maybe what you thought of when you were a little girl, what are some other things you could have seen yourself doing?
So I have two things. One thing that I always thought when I was a little girl is I wanted to be a hairdresser. For the longest time, I always said, I'll go to beauty school. And it was actually something that I was still contemplating with after my first, but it never came to it, but I still love it. I grew up, my aunt was a hairdresser, and she had a salon in her house. And I would sit there as a little girl and watch her do her client's hair. She'd do my hair, and it was something that I fell in love with.
You would be so good at that because you love to ask interesting questions to people. Yes. And I think that's how you're so good at building rapport. Yeah. And so you'd be a great...
Yeah, I just think it would be... I mean, one of my best friends, she's a hairdresser here locally, and I just love it. There's just something about it that I have always been so drawn to. But then also my second thing that probably shocks a lot of people is I would love to own a cookie bakery, like a cookie coffee shop bakery of some sort. When I am stressed, when my husband knows I'm the most stressed, I am in my kitchen making cookies. Like he's like automatically knows. If he sees me making cookies, he's like, oh no.
Okay. That's
There's
your
something
comfort.
Yeah. It just takes my mind off of it. And it's been so fun because my oldest, he loves making cookies with me. So it's kind of become like our thing. But yeah, I would definitely be either somewhat in like a hairdresser, owning a salon, or a cookie bakery.
You know what I think you would be so good at? A lawyer.
Oh, yeah. I also would love to be a lawyer.
You are really great at making a case and arguing it and backing it up and have passion. I do a lot of research. I've seen you at a table negotiating, and you're very good at it. I think you would have been an excellent lawyer.
Yeah, I think I would also love to be a lawyer. It's just so fun. Like
you should.
I think that that is something like in real estate. Like I always hear people talk about negotiation and like being strong in that. And I think what makes a realtor a good negotiator is not like always like the most loudest and powerful. I think it's the one who takes time to understand both sides and what both sides are trying to get across and what they're wanting, and doing research and finding facts and going with what is normal, and providing that information and that research, and not just taking a stance of like,
right,
you know, I'm powerful, I'm loud. That's not going to get anywhere. And you want to work with an agent who's able to work with another side.
Influence and
of course
create movement.
Yes, because at the end of the day, everybody wants the same thing. They want to close on a home. They want to go find a home.
The best deal possible.
Yeah. So it's not the loudest, not the most powerful, but the one who understands, okay, there's a need on both sides. What is that need? and then what is right and what is going to come to the middle for both parties in the transaction. So that's how I approach a negotiation.
Excellent.
Yeah. What would you be? Because your history of how you got to real estate is also very interesting. She's been to Hong Kong, right?
I have.
Yeah.
My background before real estate was in marketing for real estate for Casa, and I loved that. It suited my lifestyle of having young children, and my degree was English major, so I loved writing and reading, and then it was fun to add in kind of the tech component of building websites and writing marketing copy. I really enjoyed that, and I think that's helped me become a great agent. So if I wasn't doing real estate, I think maybe just owning a business of some kind. That's something I really like about being in real estate, is everyone is running their own business, and you're in charge of your destiny, and there's no limits. It's how hard do you want to work, what tactics are you going to use, what kind of person are you. I mean, I just love the possibility of it, and it wouldn't have to be real estate, but just being a business person.
I love that. I could totally see you being like a CEO of some business and going on that adventure. I also think you'd be a great teacher, because you are such a good mentor and leader, and that's why you have such a successful team, because you are such a good leader.
I do love that part of it.